I am now throttling up to 2500 RPM for takeoff this morning from Zurich International runway 16 bound for Samadan. Just pulling back on the column now to coax the old bird into the air. We are accelerating through 120 knots. I'll try to keep her ascending at 1,000 feet per minute. The highway to the left is Highway 51, I believe. As you can see on the airspeed indicator, we are currently maintaining 130 knots and climbing at 1,200 feet per minute. I might just throttle back a smidgen, because our airspeed is creeping up. I don't want the old girl to get too carried away. I need to climb steeply, and therefore go rather slowly, in order to attain the altitude necessary to clear the mountains, which are only minutes ahead. I'm steering to port side to obtain a direction of 123 degrees. I am going to fly to 12,000 feet before I level off, as the clearance is 11,000 feet for the mountains. On the starboard wing, we can see the Pratt & Whitney R2000 radial engines, rated at 1,450 horsepower. We can also see the mountains which are surrounding Samadan Airport. They will be a challenge to negotiate, because we have to descend into a valley between them rather steeply for our approach. "25 minutes into our journey, and we are currently at an altitude of 12,000 feet with an airspeed of 188 knots. We will shortly be turning to starboard and beginning our steep descent into Samadan. Well, there is Samadan Airport. I must now turn to 215 degrees and begin my descent. Throttles back, old boy. This definitely is an absolute bastard of an airport to get a DC4 into from this angle. One must keep one's composure when descending into Samadan. We are turning left to 205 degrees, and our airspeed is 118 knots. Rate of descent is 1,200 feet per minute. There is a crosswind at 167 degrees at 9 miles per hour. It is steady. There is a blasted pine tree just before the runway, and it is rather tall. Okay, everything looks good. Let's go ahead and set the old lady down on the runway at Samadan.